So what's the best time to post on Facebook to get the most views possible? That's what I'm gonna answer in this video, because this is a question that I've been getting constantly for the past 10 years. We've been scaling Facebook pages since 2015. And essentially the question that I typically see the most is, when should I be posting my content so that more of my followers or the algorithm promotes my content? Now, keep in mind that a couple of years ago, Facebook used to provide a specific metric inside of the Meta Business Suite that will tell you exactly what would be the best time based on previous performing posts, meaning that they will tell you when your followers were the most active so you can post at those specific times. That's no longer the case. For some reason, they decided to just get rid of that specific feature, and now a lot of creators are struggling to find out, when should I be posting? So when it comes to posting new content, we follow one specific principle, and that's because when we are posting new stuff, we don't know exactly how that content is going to perform, whether it's text, photos, videos, or anything else. So we have to make sure that we're posting at a specific block of time where we know there's a higher chance of activity or people using the app, so that content has a higher potential of being found by those followers or even the algorithm. So we pick high activity block times. So what that means is that we pick specific blocks during the day to schedule our new content. So here are the blocks that you should be aiming for when publishing new content. We're talking about only new content, not reposted content. So new content should be during the hours of the morning, which could be anywhere from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Most people are waking up during that time, and the first thing they do is essentially check their phones and check social media. Block number 2 would be from 11 to 1 p.m. That's lunch time. It could be different for your specific time zone, and like I said, it depends on your audience as well. If you have a global audience, you have to look at your audience specifically and see what exactly is the type of audience that you have. You might have more followers from a specific country following your Facebook page. In our cases, a lot of our Facebook pages have more followers from the US, so we tend to just look for US time zones in order to schedule our content. And then you also want to go from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., which is another block of time where there's a high level of social media usage. The late night block of time is something that a lot of people miss out, thinking that there's a lot of people sleeping at that time. But the thing is, a lot of people stay up late checking social media. So you want to go anywhere from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. During those 3 hours, you can post a lot of content and you can get a lot of people checking out your content. So if you stick to those 4 blocks of time, you should be good. You should be able to test multiple different types of formats to find out if you're getting a lot of activity during those times. Obviously, if you're posting 20 times a day, you will be posting essentially almost every hour. Now, for reposting is a completely different thing, because reposting relies on basically reposting something that's already been published inside of your Facebook page. So technically, you don't have to post at those specific blocks of time, because you might already have some data. So if you posted something at 9 a.m. and just didn't perform, you can obviously repost that piece of content again at 2 p.m. to see if it performs better. Now, for reposting, we use something called Repost HQ, which is a private tool that we built for our clients. And essentially, Repost HQ allows us to see exactly what is the best time to post based on previous performance. So I can show you an example of what I mean by that. This is our winners list for one of our Facebook pages that we manage. And you can see here, it tracks the performance of the post. But if I hit this reuse option right here and I just go to schedule, it'll say, okay, the best performing time for this specific post is 4 p.m. based on the last 2 reposts. So it takes essentially the last couple of times that we reposted this piece of content, and it tells me you should be posting this or scheduling this at this specific time, because it has the highest probability of getting a lot of views based on previous performance. This is obviously something that is not available inside of the Meta Business Suite. We actually built this from scratch. And if you want to test this tool yourself, we are doing a 14-day trial for specific Facebook creators that want to really maximize their reposting strategy and not have to guess what's the best time to post, because this tool is already doing it for you. So if you want to check it out, click the link in the description below. The main thing you should keep in mind is that when it comes to posting schedules or posting content on Facebook, you should definitely be posting all types of formats at different hours. It just depends on how many times you're posting per day. Because like I said, if you're only posting 2 to 3 times a day, you want to stick to those blocks of times with high activity. But if you're not posting 2 to 3 times a day, if you're posting 10, 12, 15 times a day, which it's actually very common, then you can definitely spread out and then schedule the content at different times to see what actually performs best, because you have more content and more hours in the day for you to test. Now, if you're still posting 8, 10, 12 times a day, but you're still not getting views, then what I want you to do is watch this video right here, because I broke down exactly the steps that we took to bring back a dead Facebook page from making no money to making thousands of dollars per month using a specific repost strategy in what we call the viral formula. Click right here and I'll show you exactly how it works. And I'll see you guys in my next video.